hope these people can help me with my computer. Oh.
A technician will be with you in 4 hours.
4 hours?
You can upgrade for just $5,000.
What?
The universal serial config board should be set to ID6.
I need that in plain English. Help.
Leo Laporte, call for help. May I help you?
Hello, how are you? Yo, wow, it's good to see you. Welcome to Call for Help. This is the show where we answer your computer questions. I'm Leo Laporte, your genial host for today's festivities, and today we're going to have a great time because we're going to talk about computers in plain English. We're going to blow some people's minds when we do it, and you know what? We're going to help you understand how this thing works so that you can take on the world. You want to play along? Give me a ring. Our toll-free number, 888-989-7879. Or you can email me, callforhelp@ZDTV.com, and I get the email every 5 minutes during the show. So I'm able to see anything you send between now and the end of the show, I'll see. And, of course, you can chat with us. And I'm in the chat room. I was just chatting with some folks right now. That's www.zdtv.com/call-for-help, and then click on the Interact button, and you'll be able to get into the chat room and chat along with Mitch and Michael and Daniel and David and James and Leo and Mike. Today on Call for Help, we all know technology has made our lives easier. This is especially true if you're disabled. New innovations have made once impossible tasks commonplace, and computing is no exception. But sometimes it's hard to use the darn thing. We're going to show you a few devices to make computing easier for people who are disabled. Plus, you've finally filled up your hard drive with a gigabyte of MP3s, so now what? Well, I'm going to show you how to burn those MP3s onto a CD so you can take your tunes on the road. We'll even talk about new ways to play MP3 CDs. But let's get to our first call of the day from John in Tampa, Florida. Hello, John.
How you doing, Leo?
I'm great. How are you?
Fine.
Forgive my lack of geography. Is Tampa anywhere near Boca Raton?
It's north.
Yeah, you're in the northern part of the state, aren't you?
Yeah, it's about the middle.
Shoot, because I'm coming to Boca in about a couple of months.
Oh, good.
Yeah, April 28th or 29th, I guess it is.
Good.
Yeah, so maybe I'll see you then.
I might take a day off and get down and see you.
Take a little trip down. You do some fishing, whatever.
Yeah.
What can I do for you?
I got a little problem here. It's confusing.
Aha. That's what we call it, the personal confuser.
Right. I want to download a program.
Yep.
And opened it up, and the exec started opening about 98%.
Yeah.
A dialog box come up and said, may not be enough. Read this space in the temp directory.
Oh, nah, that's terrible. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
How can I get more room?
Is there tell me about your disk. Is there room on your disk?
I've got 1.6 gig.
That would seem to be enough.
Yeah.
Free space. Now, do you know where your temp directory is?
No.
Okay. Usually it's in the Windows directory, okay? And it may be called temp, and it may just be the Windows directory itself. I'll show you. Yeah, see, here it is, temp. And usually you can set that to anything you want by modifying one of your startup files, but this is a perfectly good place for it to be. But the thing is, if yours has not been modified, if it's where it normally is, which is in the Windows folder, that means it's on your C drive. If you have a gigabyte left, you obviously, this folder can expand to occupy whatever's free. So it makes no sense to say your temp folder doesn't have enough room if there's enough room on your hard drive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Unless you've moved the temp folder. Have you moved the temp folder?
No.
You probably haven't. I'll show you how you do that. If you go to the Run menu under the Start command, Start, Run, and type SYSEDIT for the System Editor. That will pull up the System Configuration Editor, and it'll pull up, these are the startup files from days of yore. This is for DOS. This is for Windows 3.1. It's still used in Windows 95. You don't actually get to see the Windows 95 startup stuff, the registry. You have to use a different program for that. But this is the autoexec.bat. You've heard that phrase before, I'm betting you?
Yeah.
was the bane of many a person's existence in the days of DOS. And you notice mine's completely empty, as is my config sys. That's because Windows doesn't really need these files anymore. But they can be used, and in this case, maybe you or someone you know has used it to change where your temporary folder is. You do that by typing set temp equals. Do you have more than one drive?
No.
All right. If somebody said set temp equals A, for instance, well, that would be bad. That would be your floppy. So
yes.
maybe somebody did that at some point. What you should probably do is set temp equals C:\Windows/temp. All right. Now, so what I want you to do is look and see if anybody's changed that. If nobody has, then the default will hold anyway. You could put this in there and see if it fixes it. Set space temp equals and then a directory. Okay?
Okay.
Now, probably, in all likelihood, what's happening here is it has nothing to do with it's what we call a spurious error message. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're running out of disk space, because you're not, are you?
No.
It probably is the file is damaged. Okay? What will happen sometimes with files is if they get damaged in a certain way, a lot of times at the file, at the beginning, it says how big the file is or how much space to allocate for the temporary file, things like that. If it's damaged in a certain way, it could say, I need 600 billion gigabytes free space, or something like that. And that's not, it sounds weird, but it's not uncommon for the damage to occur in that way, so that when you try to open that file, is it a zip file?
It's
what's the extension?
The Dora Pro.
It's it's an email.
Yeah, the program.
Oh, I wish you told me that.
Okay. Well, now, I don't know, but I don't think Eudora has its own temporary folder, but you might check to see if it does. Okay. I think probably it's just a damaged file. I'd just see if you get another copy of it. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, I see. You downloaded Eudora Pro. All right. Well, then that's an EXE. I think, yeah, it's damaged, and that's all it is. So there, I gave you more information than you need. There's where the temp file sits. If you got plenty of room in your hard drive, then you don't have to worry about it. If you have multiple hard drives, you want to point it to a different hard drive, modify that autoexec.bat. But if you know you have room, it's almost always a damaged file. Just start all over and download it again. Okay, John? Hey, thank you for the email. Maybe I'll see you in Boca on April 29th. Time for our web tip of the day. We're going to speed up your browser startup. A very important thing to do, especially if you're on a slow internet connection. When I start my browser, and watch, I'm going to start my browser right now, it goes to my default home page, doesn't it? And it has to load and load. I have to wait for it to load. Now I'm on a fast connection. It didn't take too long. But if you're on a slow connection, you can't do anything till that's done. So you can change this startup to another page that will load faster. You want to see how? Here's how to do it in Internet Explorer. It's pretty much the same in Netscape. You go to your preferences in Netscape and Explorer, you go to Internet Options. And right on the front, you see we have your home page. Now, I've got it set to call for help, and I'd love it if you do that. But watch, if you set use blank, watch what happens. Now I close it, and it pops up right away because I'm using a blank startup page. And now I can go to any page I want. Just like that. So I don't have to wait for the browser to load before I have access to the browser. If you want, there's another handy trick that Netscape users can do. Netscape stores the bookmark file on the hard drive. It's bookmark.htm. You can have this point to your bookmark file. Wouldn't that be cool? We can make it C:\\. Usually it's in program files /Netscape /users /default /bookmark.htm. Now look at that. That's my bookmark file. If I like it, I can go back to Tools, Internet Options, and I can say use that, use current, and now my bookmark file will load. And because it loads instantaneously from the hard drive, I don't have to wait to get my browser in action. A little speed up tip for you from Call for Help. Coming up next. Don't you hate it when you go to a web page and you have to wait an eternity for the pictures to load? Well, listen up, wannabe webmasters, because I'm going to show you some techniques to shrink those graphics down to a manageable size when Call for Help continues. Oh, he's fallen asleep. Robert, it's going to download. Patience, Robert. It'll be here. Welcome back to Call for Help. Dennis is on the line from Elburn, Illinois. Hello, Dennis.
Hi there, Leo.
How are you?
Oh, just great.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm working in a middle school, and I've got a bunch of kids that like to put a lot of graphics and videos and things like that on their web pages.
That's cool. Are you a teacher?
Yeah, a middle school teacher in St. Charles, Illinois.
All right. What's the name of the school?
Redling Middle School.
Redling?
Yes, W-R-E-D-L-I-N-G.
Do you have a web page that I can show?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them on there. I can shoot it to you if you want me to on the email system. Or you want to put it up?
Yeah, put it on this. I'd like to put it on the screen. You mind?
No, not at all.
Is there any privacy issue? I don't want to get you in trouble here.
No, we make sure we observe all those by not putting kids' names on there and those kind of things when we can avoid it.
Let's see one of the websites where the kids put too many graphics.
Okay.
Or any site at all.
Okay. Basically, what I'm looking for when this comes up. Okay. The address is http
www.elnet.com
/tilde
Yep.
drickey D-R-I-C-K-E
R-I-C-K-E
/Redling
R-E-D-L-I-N-G
W-R-E-D-L-I-N-G and that's capitalized
W-R-E-D-L-I-N-G yep
/homepage.html
HTML. All right. The world's longest web address. Now, if we could do a segment on shrinking web addresses, that might be a good one to do. Oh, and I mistyped it, of course. Well, so the problem, I'll get it, and we'll do it. Okay. I would like to show it before the segment's over. So the kids put too many graphics on there.
Yeah, because they really love the graphics.
Sure
they like the videos and everything else.
Sure.
And so what I'm trying to get them to do, or at least I'm going to try and teach them, is how to do thumbnails.
Thumbnails.
Because from what I see, what I read in the information here is I can get the same information there, and then the reader can decide if they want to open that up and take a look at it or whatever.
Let me show you a fabulous...
They're working on a T1 at school, and they end up going home to 56, and they, die of old age.
That's exactly right. And one of the keys is to use a web design package that shows you how long it's going to take that page to download. That's a really good discipline. What program are you using for these kids?
They're all on IMAX, and we're using Claire's homepage.
Homepage will do it. If you get the properties on the page as you're developing it, it'll say this page is going to take 3 hours to download at 28.8. So that's a good, that's a wonderful object lesson. And, I wish, it's not just middle school students. It's all over the world. It's professional web designers who want to know better, who are sitting in their T1s, typing away, and they forget they're real people out there at 28.8. Well, let me show you a wonderful use of thumbnails, if I do say so myself, because it's on my page. And I'll show you, this is the page where I put a bunch of the pictures that we've sent out for autographs. These are thumbnails. They're small GIFs or GIFs. They're not very big, and the page downloads quickly, but then if you want the full-size picture, and most people do because they want to see the full-size thing, right, they can click on a picture, and then it downloads the biggie. Okay? Now, I do 3 levels of graphics compression here, and I'm going to show you how to do what I did. This GIF is just 1 or 2K per GIF, because GIFs are inherently small. They're only 8-bit color, 256 colors. They really are compressed, okay? Then I have that linking to a JPEG. These are graphics file formats. This is still pretty small. It's only maybe about 80K because JPEG compresses really well. But then I have, if somebody wants a super high quality, NASA does this, a lot of sites do this, you can download a 2 megabyte, I warn you ahead of time, version of it that's completely uncompressed. That's the TIFF, T-I-F-F. Okay? Hello? Did I lose him?
No.
Oh.
No, my kids tend to use PIC files.
So that's exactly because they're on the Mac, right?
Correct.
So what I want you to do is I want you to, now on the Macintosh, I'm going to show you a program that's a Mac program, but it's expensive. On the Macintosh, there are a lot of other programs you can use that will convert those pics to GIFs and JPEGs. That is the file format you want to use. Thumbnails are not. Right? And as I did here, you can always have it linked to a bigger pic. This is a commercial program. Actually, let me show you a free one first. Since you're in a school, you probably don't have unlimited budget, right?
That's for certain.
Hey, I think it's wonderful you're teaching these kids. Is this after school or is this part of a regular curriculum?
Yes.
It's after school. Both.
And we, I have kids before school, after school. They're all bananas about it. So
that's wonderful.
They just take off with it.
That's wonderful. What is it? What is that site again for the cruncher? Spinwave. Watch this. This is kind of neat. It used to be GIF Cruncher and JPEG Cruncher, and what you can actually do is you can give them the URL of the file. Okay. I'll tell you what. On your hard drive, I should say. All right, so let me give them a big file. Now the problem with this is you have to actually download it and everything. The advantage of it is it's free. I mean, you have to upload the file that you're going to crunch. I am going to let's find the call for help desktop. Where is that? Do you know, Robert? Oh, nuts. I thought it might be on the D drive, but I don't see it. Unless it's in system files. Background. There it is. There it is. So I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to tell them to crunch it, okay? Now, this will crunch it as a JPEG. I can also do a GIF. When I press crunch, what it does is it's going to take a while because I have to upload the file to their website. They'll process it, and then they'll download it to me. Actually, they'll put it up on the screen. Okay. But this is free, right? Spinwave.com.
Okay.
So, and it will take probably all the different file formats that you can throw at it. And here we go. Here is the crunch version. So the original image was what was it? It was 921K. Okay, that's way too big for a web page. It's almost a megabyte.
All right.
The JPEG. Now here's now look, there's not much difference. 35K, and I can even go down to 29K. Tell me, there's not much difference, is there? You show the kids this, or 22K. Or 19K. You show the kids this, and they're going to say, hey, wait a minute, I don't have to give up my nice, rich images on the website if I just do a few smart things.
Yeah, because we tried just resizing, and that was a disaster.
Well, there's a couple of things that go on. Using fewer colors, resizing, that's one way to reduce the size. Fewer colors means, half the size if you cut the color numbers in half. Same thing if you cut the size in half. But these compression techniques are optimized for the web. They do a great job. This is 19K. We've now reduced it from a megabyte to 19K. What is that? 1/20th the size. And it looks just as good. So
yeah,
this
the nice thing is the kids can download this at home then. They continue to work at home, and they don't have to buy another program.
They don't have to buy anything. If they can get on the net, they can do it. The only drawback is one image at a time, and you have to upload it before it convert it. Although it will do it from a website directly, which will save you time. Okay?
All right. Well, thanks very much. I really appreciate it.
There's a tip for you, and this is Spinwave. They've done a nice job, both GIFs and JPEGs. Thanks for the call, Dennis, and thanks for doing the work with the kids. That's wonderful.
Oh, well, we appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Take
bye-bye.
care. We're going to take a break, but first I want to give you a chance to test your tech knowledge in our daily quiz. Now, here's how this works. If you know the answer, you go to the website. You click on today's quiz. Get it right. We're going to put you in a drawing for a year's worth of classes at Smart Planet. The question of the day, what is a LAN? Well, you probably heard that. What is it? A language processor, a limited access network, a local area network, and a large, angry Norwegian. What is LAN? Get to the website and give us your answer. We'll be back with the answer in just a little bit when Call for Help continues. Oh, I'm so angry. Ladies and gentlemen, free's good, isn't it? We like free. That's why every day we have a link to the free file of the day. It's a file picked by the ZDNet software library for its freeness. And because it's good, too. This is Desktop Architect Day. This is actually, if you've used desktop themes on the PC, you'll like this. It's actually a free desktop theme management utility. Nice interface, and it allows you to create desktop themes and save them and package them up. And that's a nice thing, too. So let's run Desktop Architect. Here's our current. It looks just like the desktop theme control panel. It allows us to change to other ones, but I can even save my created desktop themes if I change the sounds or the icons or the pointers or the logos and make them available to share them with other desktop theme users. This is really a nice one. Desktop Architect. It is our free file of the day at zdtv.com/call for help. Let's move on to our next caller of the day. Actually, first let's go to the chat room, see what they're talking about. Web graphics tools, and you know what? I wanted to mention this one, and I didn't get around to it. And this might even be better for Dennis and his kids. This is a online site Adobe runs, and unlike the other one, I think the other one did not handle the Mac file format PICT. This one does PICT files and a lot of other file formats, and you can try different compression techniques and so forth. It's really nice. A web-based optimizer, just like the one I showed before, but this one's from Adobe, and it is, I'll tell you what, it's hard to find. I will put the link to that in the email I send out after every show. Join us in the chat room to talk about things like that, www.zdtv.com/call for help. So we got an email, and this comes from Robert in Toms River, New Jersey. A very common question, though. Could you please help me get MP3 files off my hard drive and onto a CD? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Now, of course, in order to do this, you have to have a CD recorder. You can't just put it in your regular CD player and get them on there. You have to have a CD recorder. You have to have software that interfaces your CD recorder. Now, in the old days, I would have said, and this is the old days 6 months ago, well, here are your MP3s. What you have to do is first turn them into waves and, the standard Windows sound format wave, and then you could copy it to the CD. But now, actually, there's a number of programs out there that will do that for you automatically. So we can burn direct from CD. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's burn directly from MP3s. So we're going to use a recorder, a blank disc. These cost about $1. I'm going to burn a copy of my MP3s. And I've got an interesting eclectic mix here. The Gypsy Kings, James Brown, and Ian Drury. I don't know who collected these, but these are my MP3s. And what I'm going to do, I have two different programs I can use. Oh, and Tom Lehrer, let's not forget. This is, look, two of them popped up, too. Let me show you this one. This one you can download from the ZDNet software library. It is shareware, MP3 CD Maker. And so this is a great way to try. I can add the files here. Because it's an evaluation copy, I can only do 4 songs, $30 if I want to do more than 4. I don't think that's too much of a hardship. And I'm just going to burn all 3 of these, all right? Now, I was going to show you, this is the commercial one many of you get with your CD player. And the version 4 of Easy CD Creator has a program called Spin Doctor, which will also, I believe, import MP3s and convert them to audio CDs. Now, I'm burning an audio CD. I want to tell you one thing. I'm burning an audio CD here. That's kind of important to understand. There's 2 kinds of CDs. You can burn data and audio. The data CDs won't play on your car stereo or your stereo in your living room. They'll only play in your computer. And I'm presuming that you want to take these MP3s, you already got them on your computer, and put them on a CD that you can play in your audio recorder. All right. I'm going to do max speed. I am going to record. And here we go. We're actually burning those CDs, recording them. And what this program has to do is it has to convert the MP3 file format into a file format that the audio... Whoa! Doesn't like it. Wait a minute. Let's see what's happening. Do you want it? You want it back? All right. We'll try again. It didn't like it. Maybe there's something on that one. Cannot set speed. All right. I give up on you. Silly program. Go away. Let's use the tried and true Spin Doctor. It's going to record it by converting MP3s to the CDDA, the audio file format that audio players want. And that's why this is a new kind of idea, is to automatically do that conversion. Let's see, music source, music. Oh, you know what? I'll burn this during the break. I don't want to spend a lot of time. Now, let me just mention one other thing. Once you record these as an audio file format, Of course, you can play them on your CD player and so forth. What I'm looking for, and I think is going to be just around the corner, is the ability to take the data files, the ones you play on your computer, and play those on your stereo and your car CD player. It's not too difficult to rejigger those so that they can play both standard audio CDs and the new MP3 CDs. What's the advantage? A data CD can hold 10 hours of music. An audio CD, 1 hour, 74 minutes. So 10 hours of music on that thing. That's pretty attractive. I recently bought a DVD player that plays these recorded ones. And I think that because that has emerged now, I think you're going to start seeing more and more of these, okay? So, but for right now, you got to choose data or audio player. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break, and as we do that, I will burn this, and then we'll see if it all worked, okay? Meanwhile, stick around because we've got today's news story of the day and our Mac World Mac tip of the day when Call for Help continues. I'm going to get to work here. Let's see. All right, we're going to load these in, files on the hard.
Okay.
Talking. I'll just keep yammering away here.
Hi, Leo. How are you? Good things like that?
Yeah, things like that.
Let me know if you need me to keep talking.
Oh, I can't actually be recording.
Until you tell me to stop. Politics and the Internet are once again keeping up in the headlines with Democratic presidential hopeful Al Gore trying to bridge the digital divide. Bay Area into a testing ground for the wired world of the future.
That's
David
amazing.
Lee has the story.
Yes, Spin Doctor. Spin Doctor rocks.
Leo, say hi to Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Can you hear me?
Erica, can you hear me?
I don't know if there's that much
Erica?
slack on this side of the wall.
Erica, can you?
Okay.
Erica?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Hello.
Yeah.
Back to Call for Help. I'm burning this CD. You know, it's almost done, believe it or not. This is such a fast CD recorder. Pretty soon I'm going to have a 4-song CD. Wow. Hey, welcome back to Call for Help. It's done. It's done. Look at that. Welcome back to Call for Help. I'm Leo Laporte. This is the show where we answer your computer questions. We help you get the most out of your computer and help you learn how to do things like making your own audio CDs. If you want to join the fun, there's so many ways to participate, but there's one I want to encourage you to. That's to send us a recording of yourself, a video email using a netcam, because I love to see you on the screen. Send those special emails. We have a special address just for you, and you can use any program you want to make them. That's okay with me. Send it to cfhvmail at ZDTV.com. You can also chat with us, by the way. The chat room is always available to you, and that's chat.zdnet.com, or just go to our website. You'll be able to chat with us. All right. So, actually, I could play this song, but I'll tell you what. Let's check in with the newsroom, and then we'll play the songs in a second. Right now, to find out what's going on in the world around us, let's say hello to Erica Hill. Hello, Erica.
Hello, Leo.
You can hear me.
I can.
The magic of telespace.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So what's going on in the world around us?
Plenty going on, as always.
As always.
Today, Leo, we're going to talk about politics and the Internet.
Okay.
Once again, they're teaming up in the headlines. And the reason, well, Democratic presidential hopeful Al Gore made a visit to the Bay Area. He says he's trying to bridge the digital divide. This weekend, he said he'd like to turn the San Francisco Bay Area into a testing ground for the wired world of the future. David Louie has the story.
Al Gore paid a visit to OpNet, a nonprofit group that trains young adults to become web designers. It was created to open the high-tech door for low-income people. During his brief stop here, Gore said he sat down with the mayors of San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland to discuss making the Bay Area a testing ground for closing the digital divide.
If there's any place in the United States and the world that should not have a digital divide, it's Silicon Valley, it's the Bay Area.
Gore cited OpNet as an example of what should be a national program. In the past 2 years, 115 people have been trained and placed in high-paying jobs.
We need more centers and programs like OpNet, public-private partnerships, to go out and recruit people who need skills and who can get good jobs must become commonplace all across this country.
7 months ago, Tracy Johnson, the woman in red, was a homeless mother of 3 in San Francisco's Tenderloin district. Last night, she got a job offer paying $50,000 with stock options and a signing bonus.
They have given me not just an opportunity, they've given me a career. They've given me a way to support my family, which I could never repay.
Gore wants to see more women and minorities achieve what Johnson has.
You know, Gore says that it's his vision for the Bay Area, that this will be part of his mission as president. But so far, he hasn't announced any specific plans or proposals.
That's an amazing success story. From homeless to 50,000. That is great.
Isn't that amazing?
That's what you hope and pray for. Wonderful story. Thank you, Erica. I really appreciate it. If you want more on that story, talk about uplift. You get it right here on ZDTV or around the clock at the ZDTV.com. Do I have a second to show you this? Look, this is the CD we burned. I'm going to stick it in here. Now, one thing, you have to close it out before you can play it in an audio CD player. So I popped it in my CD. Now, if it's all is well, my audio CD player should pop up any second now, and I should actually be able to listen to the songs on here as if it were, yeah, there it is, an audio CD. There it is. Let's see if they're all on here. They're all on here. Whoa. It worked, ladies and gentlemen. That's an audio CD. Now, the drawback is I had to close it out, which means I can't record anything more onto that. So you want to get all your songs on there, and then you can play it on your audio CD player. That's amazing. All right, now it's time for a Macworld Mac tip of the day. Let's see if they can amaze and amuse today. Today's tip: compose and notate your own musical score here from Macworld Magazine. Well, that's pretty good. Chris Breen, you mean on the Mac, compose and notate it? Write it down?
Exactly right. So if I wanted to notate Ants in My Pants by James Brown,
good God.
If I wanted to get down with my bad stuff, I could do that with this program. It's called
How would you do that?
Melody Assistant.
Well, that is not the most attractive user interface I've ever seen.
It's $15.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. $15.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, right. There are an
awful
lot of buttons and palettes and things in here, but you can. We'll just do a piano score here.
Okay.
And we're going to notate Ants in My Pants. We're just going to start flinging quarter notes down here.
Wow, so you just draw it like that?
Yeah.
And will it play it? If you just draw it like that, will it play it too?
Oh, sure. And you can stack them up. Whoops, sorry. Ding.
So that's interesting. So it's keeping track of how many notes in the measure and so
It understands that we're in 4/4 time, and I need 4 beats per measure, and those beats are quarter notes. Now, I could then play this, and I have no idea what this is.
It's going to sound at least as good as James Brown.
Oh,
Simplify digital for better sound. Wow, that
sounds just like Ants in My Pants.
Very modern.
Yes, it's very modern, yes.
Well, that was neat. All right, maybe you did. Maybe you win here. That's pretty good.
Yes, I can do all kinds. I just keep throwing notes down here. You can play the thing. You can import standard MIDI files.
Can I print these out so they'll look like a standard sheet of music?
You can print it out as well.
Wow.
$15.
That is a great program. What's the name of it?
It's called Melody Assistant. You can get it at www.myriad-online.com.
Oh, easy for you to say.
We're going to put that on the website.
And it's $15.
$15.
Can't beat it. Can you try it for free and then pay for it later, or do you have to pay for it?
There's some things you can't do. You can't put in a new clef or a new key signature. So it's limited, but...
Hey, if I knew what a clef was, I'd worry about it. Thank you very much, Chris Breen. I appreciate that. No, you got a good one in there. By the way, all next week, Music Week, right?
That's right.
Music on the Mac. Meanwhile, next time, or in a moment, I guess, after this break, we're going to open our live lines and talk to you about your computer problems. It's Call for Help continues. Stay really right here, please. Okay. Thank you. The Call for Help webpage is a vision in green and white and blue and yellow and orange and just a little bit of purple, too. If you want to check out our show notes, this is a great way to keep up with what we talk about every day. I send out a email newsletter after every show. You can subscribe by clicking here, or you can go to the web, and a few days after the show notes go out, you'll see them online. For instance, we've got Monday. Well, that was just yesterday. I guess they're getting fast on turning these around. So you don't have to get it in your email. You can read the show notes by just going to www.zdtv.com/call-for-help. Sometimes I write a little. Sometimes I write a lot. The show notes, they're all in there. I'm just looking at my beautiful prose. Time for a call from Columbus, Ohio. Derek's on the line. Hello, Derek.
What's up?
What's up, Derek? How are you? Hey, we got a show before the show's over. I got to put the Super Friends version of that. Have you seen that yet? They took that commercial. It's a Budweiser commercial, and they put like Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman doing it. It's the funniest thing. If you can,
Best commercial.
Yeah, if you find that for me, Robert, I will show it on the air. Just find. You know what the URL is? All right. What can I do for you, Derek?
Well, since I'm the biggest geek in Ohio, well, actually, maybe the only geek in Ohio.
Oh, there must be one or two others. I have some friends who are geeks in Cleveland.
And I've been trying to get a hold of you, like screensavers, but it's impossible.
This counts. This counts. I'm here.
I guess call for help will do.
Man, I'm getting dissed right on my own television show. All right, so there's no K.
Just so I can get a hold of K2.
Oh, I see. Well, tell me what you would like to know, Derek.
I recently joined up on my lunch money, right? So I want to buy my PDA.
Yes.
I'm getting a handspring visor, deluxe.
Love those.
Yeah, and $250 with a cradle.
That's a great price. I think it's a very nice choice. It also comes with a lot of memory, which is good.
Yeah, it comes with 8 megabytes instead of the 2 megabytes with the normal one.
Yeah, no, that makes a big difference. I like the handsprings a lot. We've played with them, and I think if I were spending my money, I'd probably buy one of those too. So what can I do for you?
I went to the website you got there, and I clicked on the slots.
Oh, you want to know about the handspring modules?
The modules and the software I can get for it, but there's only a couple of them. There's not a lot, and I was wondering where I can get a couple more of those.
That's a good question. So far, the only place that I know of that you can get them is here, although I do know, and by the way, there's only 4, you point that out. There's a modem, there's a backup module, there's a flash, which is memory for storing more, you could have 16 megs, and there's a Tiger Woods Golf, which is not that impressive in black and white. But that's as of right now. Not only is visor going to come out, or springboard going to come out, handspring going to come out with more of these springboard modules, but I think that, and now this is secondhand, but Jim Louderback was at the PDA show a short while ago, and he said and Patrick also said they saw dozens of these from other companies, including cell phones, MP3 play. Wait a minute, Mr. Fresh Gear. Ed Capuano, what else did you see? You were there? MP3 players, just about anything you can imagine putting in that thing, they're gonna. Now, not all of them will be from handspring. Other companies are going to make them. In fact, Kodak, this is the wildest one of all, is making a camera that will plug into the handspring module, and then you'll look at now this is a palm, so it's not exactly the same, but it's the same kind of shape. You'll be looking at the output of the camera on the screen, and then you can shoot like that. Wild. But none of these are available yet. All of them have been shown, which means they're close to being available. So right now, Derek, I would say stick with this. Hey, you said it's your lunch money. Don't spend it all at once. And I would wait until some of these come out and see really if they're going to be that valuable. Actually, people swear by this backup module. That might be a good one to choose. We're going to take a break, but I want you to take one more chance, one more swing at our quiz. ZDTV.com/call-for-help. Click on today's quiz. Get this right. You're in the drawing for a year at smartplanet.com. What is a LAN, we ask you? A language processor, a limited access number, a local area network, or a large, angry Norwegian? What is a LAN? Get to the website and give us your answer. Then Call for Help continues.
Overlays are on the bookshelf there.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, wonderful.
Just count to 10.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Welcome back to Call for Help. Before the break, we asked you, what's a LAN? And it's a local area network. A network that is in a kind of one area, typically an office, nowadays maybe your house. And there are lots and lots of people setting up their LANs. Hope you got that right. If you did, good luck. You're in the drawing for a year's membership at smartplanet.com, where I imagine you could learn more about LANs. Let's talk about computer accessibility right now, shall we? Computers and the Internet have really made a huge difference for people with disabilities, creating a common meeting ground and a powerful communications tool. But what kind of products and technology are available to help people who are disabled gain better access to computers? You know, you can't, if you can't use it, you can't play. So joining us to show us some unique tools for disabled people is Jane Vincent. She's a computer access specialist from the Center for Accessible Technologies. Hi, Jane. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
What is the Center for Accessible Technologies?
Center for Accessible Technologies is one of a network of about 40 grassroots centers around the country where people can come for information and demonstrations of all types of computer equipment for people with all types of disabilities of all types of ages.
So you help them pick the right one for them, or just see what things are out there.
Absolutely.
And it's not just computers, right? It could be any telephone.
We're pretty strictly computers. But there are a lot of adaptations for telephones, doors, etc.
Well, you must have seen over the last few years just a revolution in how computers can make such a difference in people's lives and how accessible they've become, haven't you?
Well, there's been a huge revolution in computers as facilitating tools.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there isn't always an awareness that as computer technology evolves, people who are blind or people who have physical disabilities need to continue to be able to use that.
Right.
And of course, one of the things that unfortunately we see quite a bit at the center is computers as a cause of disability.
Yeah.
Repetitive strain,
RSI.
eye strain,
Sure.
and so forth.
Well, it was unfortunate when we went from the text-based screen to a graphical user interface. It made it much harder for blind people with screen readers to work. But I guess are Windows and Mac doing a pretty good job now of making it accessible?
They've caught up quite a bit, especially on the Windows side.
Okay. Well, yeah, we were talking earlier, and you showed me this is something maybe people have seen but didn't ever use. The accessibility control panel gives you access to a whole bunch of accessibility features, and where'd it go? It was here. We were playing with it. There it is. Accessibility options. These are all things that you can do to make your computer more accessible to people who, for instance, have trouble with keys, or if you're deaf, you can change the way sounds are played, maybe make visual warnings instead of audio warnings.
Absolutely, have the screen flash.
Yeah, make a high contrast display and a mouse. So there's quite a few things. Let's take a look at some of this is on Windows. That's software. Let's take a look at some of the products people are using these days to make computers more accessible. You brought along, well, this is just an everyday trackball,
right?
Well,
it's an everyday trackball. Not enough people know about this, but there's a whole range of mouse alternatives that people can use.
If people can't move their hand hand very easily, they could use this and just steer with just their fingertips.
They can steer with their fingers. If people can, say, only move their thumb, there are alternative mice where they can do that. They're very large trackballs. People who don't have good control can use.
Right. We've seen foot pedal mice. What about those?
Well, you know, we get a lot of inquiries about that, and we also get a lot of stories of people returning those because it's hard on your ankles.
Oh, and it's hard on your feet. I never thought of that.
So.
All right. That makes perfect sense. This is kind of interesting. What should we do next? Should we do the link?
Okay.
This is kind of neat. What is this? This looks like a computer on its own.
Well, it can be used as a computer on its own. This is one of.
Are we out of power? Is it not?
It was on 2 seconds ago.
Oh, of course, I probably killed it picking it up. So what would you use this for?
You would use this, for example, if you were a kid and you want to be able to take notes in class. One of the nice things about the link is that it'll speak back to you. So, for example, I typed in a little something before the show, and I'm going to have it speak for us.
Hello. I'm very happy to be featured on Call for Help.
So that's
cool.
That as you're typing, it'll echo back to you. So, for example, if somebody has a learning disability and it benefits them to hear what they're typing as they're typing it, it can be tremendously useful.
And it does it. It's kind of interesting. It does it a word at a time.
I am Leo.
So that you could actually almost have a conversation, couldn't you?
And one of the nice things about this is it's very popular among kids because they bounce. They bounce more than laptops do. And so
that's right. Yeah.
Kids are being kids. It's a little sturdier than getting a laptop.
I noticed it has an Apple and a PC interface, so it could.
So you can use this at school, come home, download your files onto your Apple or your PC.
Oh, neat. What a great thing. That's the link. Let's take a look at these. These are overlays for what are they overlays for? These are the IntelliKeys overlays.
Overlays for keyboard called the IntelliKeys, made by a company called IntelliTools in Novato.
And what would you use these for?
Well, for example, this would be for somebody who might have physical or cognitive difficulty using a standard keyboard to get around Netscape.
So they would have these nice big buttons that they could easily press.
And it's a membrane keyboard, just like the membrane keyboard on your microwave, so it takes very little pressure to activate them.
So this would go on top of that membrane keyboard, and it could be programmed to do these functions. This is for younger kids, so they can learn shapes.
So they can learn shapes. This has puffy paint on it, which is very tactile, so that, for example, if somebody who's blind wants to learn what a triangle is, a square, you can feel that.
Yeah.
You could also have square written out in puffy paint, or you could put braille labels on it. It's a very flexible technology.
Okay. What about mice that you don't use your hands with? You maybe use your eyesight or.
There are eye gaze mice. There are mice where you would wear an infrared device.
It looks where you're looking.
It looks where you're looking.
So if you're severely disabled, you could just use your eyes to steer around the computer.
There are a lot of solutions depending on what a person can use. For example, you can have an on-screen keyboard that will scan through the rows. You can indicate with a switch that you activate by pressing it, by
puffing air,
by moving an eyebrow, by moving your head, and then it'll know which row you want to pick a letter from. It'll then let you pick that letter. It's a slow technology, but for some people it's the best way.
Absolutely. And you look at somebody like Stephen Hawking, who has, this great mind, is able to express himself thanks to things like this linked keyboard and things like that. Let's look at some websites. These are some websites for people where they can get more information. What is WebAble?
WebAble is a tremendous resource that lists, among other things, it lists a whole bunch of links to other adaptive technology
So this is
sites.
almost a portal then for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. It also is a very good news source on what's the latest on adaptive technology.
This is great, too. They focus on web accessibility and how to write accessible web pages. We're going to talk about that a little bit later next week. And the Alliance for Technology Access, another great place.
That's our parent organization.
This is you.
This is This is not us, but this is our parent organization, and it does have a link at the bottom to
your
the ATA book, which gives people a good start on going through the process of finding out what the right technology for them might be.
That's great. Where is that ATA book?
Just miss it. Computer Resources for People with Disabilities, 2nd edition, 3rd edition is coming out any day.
That's wonderful. This is great stuff, and it's very important and really kind of exciting, too, because it means that a whole bunch of people who don't maybe have access to this kind of technology are going to be able to, and that's wonderful.
And a whole bunch of people who don't realize this is out there, but it might make their lives a little easier, they got access to it as well.
Good. I'm glad. I hope you got a chance to see this. And, of course, if you want to know more, make sure you read the Call for Help website's article. We've got more resources and technology available. The address is zdtv.com/call-for-help. Thank you so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. Now, stick around, folks. We've got a very special guest live via NetCam coming up when Call for Help continues. Stay right here.
Or no show. What's the other one? March 15th, 8 p.m. Eastern. It is, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm sitting here or there?
Yeah. Just get in front of the computer.
No double chin. Michaela Pereira here live from NetCam Central, part of ZDTV.
Call me.
Super Zoom.
She's not going to call me.
Okay, this is where I am.
Stay right.
I guess she doesn't really need to call me.
There you go.
Not really, but we would be out.
That's what I was ready to set up for it, then I realized that.
About it.
Yeah, find out what's going on with my wrist. You're gonna just prompt Mikhail to come over, right, Leo?
Wow, look at that call.
Welcome back to Call for Help. In 2 weeks, ZDTV is going to celebrate the arrival of its newest baby. A new show, a little thing we like to call You Made It. And it's going to be You Made It Sneak Preview Week all week long. Here to tell us all about it, live via NetCam, she made it, man. She's the host of You Made It, Michaela Pereira. Hello, Michaela.
Hello, here I am.
Oh, there she is. Look at that.
I figured out how to use this NetCam. It's pretty cool.
That's really great. Are you going to leave Internet tonight to do this?
Heck no.
Okay.
Scott would miss me.
So you're going to be a two-show person like me.
Yes, I'm going to divide my time equally, almost as good as you, but not as good as you do.
Hey, you know what, folks? You look at the background. I think Michaela is not too far away. Come here, Michaela. What are you doing over there? Pretending to be on the NetCam.
We are so clever on this show. That's why I like this show.
Wow.
Clever television.
Smile for the camera.
You want to see my filling?
Wow, you really?
I know. I got a whole
Holy
mouthful.
moly! Don't they have fluoride in Canada?
Yeah.
My goodness
Those
gracious.
Irish teeth. That's what my mother tells me.
So tell me all about the show. This is exciting.
Well, the thing that we're telling people right now, Leo, is that it's your show or no show. We need people. I know. It's pretty cool. We're allowing viewers to basically make this show.
Yeah, that's great.
And we came to you, Leo, because you're the man that can start our grassroots revolution.
Well, we get a lot of NetCam calls. We got a lot of email. So what do you want people to do to participate?
Well, we've got a lot of different areas. We've got a lot of different ways people can participate in our show. A couple of the topics are pretty fun. One's called the daily grind.
Yeah.
People always want to, gripe about their job, what goes on in Cubeville, their boss, certain stupid policies
So they should make a V-mail?
Make a V-mail. Now, I was thinking about it earlier today. You might not want to have your face on camera saying those things, so you might want to wear a paper bag over your head because your boss might watch our channel.
So it's coming up. It's got sneak preview week. What date?
March 15th,
March 15th?
Is a sneak
What
preview
time?
At 8 p.m. Eastern, but we're also going to be having specials in March, April, and May.
Okay.
And we
8
launch in
p.m.
July.
March 15th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square. I'll be watching. I'm excited. Good luck to you. Wonderful show. Hey, that's it for this edition of Call for Help. By the way, next time on Call for Help, a wonderful show, but I don't have time to tell you about it, so just tune in, okay? I'm Leo Laporte. If you've got a problem with your personal computer, don't whine, Mona, yell! Just call for help. Michaela, help! 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 What are you doing over there? She went on. She like ran over to the other side. I'm over here. I'm over here.
Wow, that was like I didn't realize